Advisory. Some episodes of the 1836 podcast are not intended for all audiences due to details that might be considered disturbing. Listener and viewer discretion is advised.
This episode of the 1836 podcast continues the Arkansas County series and profiles Benton County. In the rolling hills of the Ozark Mountains, where limestone cliffs meet spring-fed creeks, lies Benton County, Arkansas, a place where the past still hums beneath the present. Long before there was a Bentonville or a Rogers, before roads and railways stitched the hills together, this land was home to the Osage and Delaware tribes. They hunted and traded along the Elk River and Illinois River, leaving behind traces of ancient life in the valleys and caves. But the early 1800s brought darker days. During the Trail of Tears, Cherokee and other native peoples passed through what is now northern Benton County on their forced journey west. Local folklore says the wind still carries their voices through the cliffs at Devil's Eyebrow, a rugged natural landmark near Bella Vista. Some call it haunted, others say it's hallowed. When Arkansas became the 25th state in 1836, the territory was booming with new settlers. On September 30th of that year, Benton County was officially established, carved from neighboring Washington County, and named after Senator Thomas Hart Benton of Missouri, a fierce supporter of westward expansion. The following year, settlers laid out a new town called Osage, soon renamed Bentonville in honor of that senator. They built a courthouse, plotted 136 lots around a town square, and made it the county seat. Not far away, Maysville, one of the earliest settlements, was already a hub of trade and pioneer life, its cabins and stores serving families who had come west from Tennessee and Missouri in search of fertile land. These early years were filled with hard work and superstition in equal measure. Frontier folklore spoke of mysterious creatures in the Ozark woods, like the Ozark Howler, a shaggy horned beast said to wail through the night near Pea Ridge. Whether myth or metaphor, such stories hinted at the wildness that surrounded those first settlers. By the 1860s, that rugged same landscape became a battlefield. When the Civil War reached Arkansas, Benton County's position along the border made it a crossroads of conflict. In March 1862, Union and Confederate forces clashed in the Battle of Pea Ridge, also known as Elkhorn Tavern. It was one of the largest and most decisive battles west of the Mississippi. General Samuel Curtis's Union Army defeated Confederate troops led by General Earl Van Dorn, effectively keeping Missouri in Union hands. The victory came at a cost. Bentonville was burned, farms were destroyed, and the population scattered. But even in ruin, the county's spirit endured. Today, the Pea Ridge National Military Park preserves that battleground. 4,300 acres of rolling hills where on quiet mornings, some say you can still hear the echo of cannon fire. After the war, Benton County rebuilt from the ground up. By the 1880s, railroads had transformed the area's economy. The St. Louis-San Francisco Railway reached Rogers in 1881, and the Bentonville Railroad followed in 1883, connecting the county to national trade routes. What followed was an agricultural boom. The climate proved perfect for fruit orchards, especially apples. By 1901, Benton County led the entire nation in apple production, with more than 2.5 million bushels harvested in a single year. The Arkansas black apple became a point of pride, a tough, tart fruit that symbolized the county's resilience. But Benton County's frontier character never fully faded. In 1893, Cherokee outlaw Henry Starr and his gang robbed the Benton County Bank right off Bentonville Square, escaping into the hills with gold coins and gunfire ringing behind them. Those were the wild times in a still young county learning to balance civilization with its rugged Ozark roots. The 20th century ushered in invention, ambition, and fame. Louise McFetridge Thaden, born in Bentonville, learned to fly and become one of America's aviation pioneers, the first woman to win the Bendix Trophy race in 1936, beating the best pilots of her day. A generation earlier, Bentonville's own James H. Berry had risen from Civil War veteran to governor of Arkansas and later U.S. Senator, guiding the state through Reconstruction and modernization. But Benton County's biggest transformation came mid-century. in the hands of a local businessman named Sam Walton. In 1950, he opened up a small 5-and-dime store on Bentonville's town square. 12 years later, in 1962, he launched the first Walmart nearby Rogers. Few could have imagined it then, but that single store would grow into a global retail empire. Walmart's rise turned Benton County into the fastest growing regions in the nation. A modern success story rooted in Ozark practicality and small town grit. In the late 20th and 21st centuries, Benton County was booming. The arrival of new industries, tech initiatives, and corporate partners transformed towns like Rogers, Centerton, and Lowell into thriving communities. In 2011, Alice Walton, Sam's daughter, founded the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art, bringing world-class art to the Ozarks. The museum now draws more than 700,000 visitors each year, a cultural landmark that celebrates both American creativity and Arkansas's natural beauty. But even amid prosperity, the county has faced hardship. On May 26, 2024, an EF3 tornado, the widest in Arkansas history, tore through parts of Benton County, carving a nearly 2-mile-wide path of destruction. The storm triggered the state's first FEMA disaster declaration. As in generations past, neighbors rallied, rebuilt, and carried on, a living echo of resilience that has always defined this place. As of this recording, Benton County is home to more than 321,000 people, making it America's second most populous county. It anchors the Northwest Arkansas metropolitan region, one of the fastest growing areas in the United States, projected to reach 1 million residents by mid-century. Today, its 13 cities, from the quiet lakes of Bella Vista to the growing tech-driven growth of Bentonville, represent a blend of history and innovation. The region's future points towards sustainable living, medical research, and global commerce. Yet the old Ozark soul still lingers in the trails of Beaver Lake, the preserved battlefields of Pea Ridge, and the murmuring pines of Devil's Eyebrow. The story of Benton County is the story of Arkansas itself, one of endurance, ingenuity, and transformation. From the Osage hunting trails to the Walmart headquarters, from Civil War cannon fire to modern museums of art, Benton County has always been a crossroads of history and progress. Here, the past isn't buried, it's built upon. And as Benton County strides into the future, it does so with the same spirit that carried it through every storm before. Bold, resilient, and unmistakably the Ozarks of Arkansas.